Welcome everybody to Delaware Speedway, last race of the Season 7 Canadian Series. Colin Cropley is on pole for tonight's race, as you can already see the full qualifying results. And let's actually find our championship contenders, well, the main ones. Parker Smith starting in 19th, Ryan Butcher starting in 21st. And here's the race command.
Here we go, race band. Drivers, start your engine!
Alright, engines fired up. We are ready to go. And the field is rolling off. So, after CTMP, Ryan Butcher with his unexpected victory, I guess, at CTMP, he leads the points by 3 over Parker Smith. So we have 6 drivers who have a chance at the championship: Joe Hill, Casey Yannico, Richie Hiroshi, and Michael Brown. But those 4, they need a best case scenario. They need maximum points and have the leaders basically wreck out, as we are green here at Delaware Speedway. Got some 3-wide action from behind. Colin Cropley gets away pretty cleanly. The 36 O'Reilly Sampson in second place. 3 wide there for third for a brief moment. Now it's 3 wide for fourth. Here's Joe Hill in the 0, who basically needs to win tonight's race. He has to at least win it to have a chance, as well as the others. He's up to third now. So 0.3 of a second lead Cropley has over Sampson. The 0 car third, 0.9 back. Top 3 are spread out just a bit. And we got ourselves a yellow. Alright, racing it back to the stripe here. The 18 of Colin Cropley will take the yellow flag. First of the night. Let's take a look at that replay. Alright, let's see here. So this was all the way somewhere around 15th and 16th. They almost went 4 wide. They did go 4 wide. Trying to keep it off each other, but just no room at all. The 4 car right in the mix of it. Just gets away. Michael Brown as well in the 98. Another driver who basically needs to win in order to win this championship and have everything go his way, and already doesn't seem like it. There's Cody Smart. He's right in the middle. He wants to go in between. I think he should have just backed off. Yeah, that wasn't the ideal move there for the 43. But there was a gap. Try to squeeze it. Didn't work out so well. And then there's Ryan Butcher in the 4, while involved in the wreck, and lost several positions. At least it wasn't big damage. He just gives the 24 a little tap, and I think he just squeezed by, avoiding further contact. But that 4 car, he should be alright. So, first caution of the night. We'll take you back to the restart. Alright, lights are out, getting ready for the green. Alright, race car is heading in, getting ready for the restart. Alright, green flag, back underway. 0 car looks like he got off to a great start, and he quickly jumps to the low side. He'll pick up another spot. A 31-point deficit. Extremely hard to overcome. We never had a driver, I don't think, who had everything go his way in the last race of the season. 31 points is quite a bit. With this point system, of course. If we're using old Winston Cup, then that's not a lot. Pretty much never happens. 3 wide here. Nikolai Dykes in the 59. He'll pick up 2. Riley Sampson slowly slipping back. after he got jumped by the zero, boxed him to the outside, and now he's in no man's land at this point. And he continues to lose positions as Ibrahim and Oaks gets by. So half a second lead of 18 car, so back where he was before the yellow came out. Take a look at the back of the pack here. Here's Calvin, Zibatar, Bear. There's Hiroshi in the 12 car, who's 23rd at the moment. And there's Ryan Butcher, who's no longer leading. Although the 04 car isn't that far back at the moment, I believe the 04 would be a tie for sure. But Parker Smith would get the tiebreaker with the better average finish. Right now, Parker Smith, the stats are very similar. Ryan Butcher has one less top 5, but he is ahead. Now Butcher, he's in danger of losing a spot, and this time it's to the 12 car. He was making a move on the 3. No, he can't let that spot get away. He needs to pick up at least 2 spots where they sit. He'll cross over to the low side. Try to get him back. Hiroshi in the 12 trying to cut him off. Got a nose underneath at least. The 04 trying to get away here. Woman in the 24 was involved in the crash. Looks like he was able to pick up a couple spots on the restart. Michael Brown too. Unless they crossed the line before the yellow came out. I think that's what happened actually. Back to the front here, it's still around half a second. Joe Hill in the 0 for the top 2 in points where they sit. If Joe Hill can get that lead, be huge. So far only one caution. Now 6/10ths back. Joe Hill really driving in there hard. He went way too wide. I think he needs another caution here to help him out. Unless he's got the car to drive to do it, to catch him on his own. Yeah, lost ground as expected. Now 6.5 back. Probably runs a much higher line through 3 and 4, but it looks like it's working very well. Cut it by a tiny bit, but obviously not a huge difference. Let's go back to our top 2 once again. There is Butcher, 22nd now. Parker Smith now making a pass on the 98. That puts him back on top, and if I'm right, he leads it by a point. Ryan Butcher, a champion, 2-time champion in the ISCR, is famously known for being the only driver to win both Cup and National while being hosted at the same time, which is a huge accomplishment. But right now he is not in a good spot. Looking to add the Canadian Championship trophy to his trophy case. But it doesn't look good for now, but we still got some time left, a lot of time to make up a few spots, and who knows, a caution could come out. But they've been running very cleanly. Here's a battle for 3rd between the 59 and the 27. 18 car Cropley, he is gone. It's over a second, just about a second here. Oh yeah, 1.2 at that point. So while Cropley leads We could probably focus more on our contenders here to make it not so boring. Okay, there goes Michael Brown. He gets by the 04. So they're tied, but still Smith would get it, I would believe. Yeah, he should still get it. But here goes Ryan Butcher. He's a side-by-side with the 3 car. Now Butcher leads it over by a point. Yeah, CTMP took out a lot of contenders there, but also gave a big opportunity for the 4 car to jump up into the points lead. Like Richie Orochi, he was running in the top 5, or was it top, or somewhere around there. He could have entered this race in a pretty comfortable spot. Could have been a threat for the championship. He needed the best case, but ends up getting taken out, coming to the caution flag. And that just ended his day, ended his championship hopes. Alright, the 04 car needs to get back to Michael Brown or hope. Butcher loses that spot. Nanico into 3. He's on the back end of that 4 car. That 4 car was unable to drive away. Oh, little tap there. Usually that's not a big deal. But when you're on the edge, on the line for the championship, every little bump is a big deal. Next time around will be 10 laps to go. Or this time by. Given to the low side, but he's gonna try to get to the middle. Maybe. Oh, he let Nanico go. He let him have that inside line. So these two don't have to worry, for now, about a new winner or one of the others to win. For now, at least. Joe Hill in the 0, he's 1.2 back. Now he's a second behind, so he's closed the gap by a bit. But can he get there on his own? Or will a caution come out, or anything can happen? Let's get back to our top 2. When's the last time we had a tie for the championship? It's been a very long time. I don't even remember. Probably 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe longer than that. So at the moment, 19th, 22nd. Here goes the 4. He's got the inside on Sam Odozcan. He's got to maintain that position. He can't let up. 6 laps remaining. Yeah, you gotta hope there won't be a caution. Maybe. These two are kind of on the fence. If a yellow were to come out, if you get the caution, you could get a good start and drive away, pick up a lot of spots, but it depends on where you start. So of course an odd number would be on the inside, so that'll be advantage to the 04. But Ryan Butcher also 21st. They will start nose to tail. And that could be a deal breaker there. Not a good situation for those two. Nanico in the 3 car. The 04 can't let him go. He's already 1 spot behind. You don't want to be 2 spots with 3 laps remaining. But Nanico, he's got the run on the low side. Down knock Parker Smith to the outside line. Now here comes the 4. So same thing up front. They're coming to the white flag. Colin Cropley in the 18. Putting up a dominating performance. I think this will be the 4th race. Or third or 4th. Carlos has a hat trick. Pole sitter. Lead all the laps. Win the race. That's our hat trick. Our version of the hat trick. Down into turn 3 and 4. For the final time here in Season 7. Checkered flag is out. Colin Cropley is your winner. And let's jump up here. Oh, yep, the 04 now is behind the 4 car Ryan Butcher. Off turn 4, checkered flag is out. Ryan Butcher will win the championship by 4 points, I believe. That should be 4 points. Alright, let's take a look at the full race results. So, Colin Cropley in the 18 putting up a stellar performance. If he was 41 points back, opposed to 44 entering this race, he could have, may have, won the championship. Maybe. Well, not where they sit. Probably not. They would need to finish last. Ryan Butcher would have need to finish last and all that. And yeah. So Joe Hill and a 0. He was so close to the best case scenario, with those two being pretty much at the back of the pack all race long, and him running second. They only had one caution, one restart to get had one chance, but unable to do it. 18 car was just way too fast and had that clean air. Metro Hodak finishing 3rd, Nikolai Dykes 4th, Aaron Bates 5th, Ibrahim in 6th, Noodles 7th, Oaks 8th, Davison 9th, and Samson 10th. So with that, Ryan Butcher finishing 20th, Parker Smith lost another spot there at the end, 22nd. It was looking so good for the 04. They stayed up ahead for almost the entire race. They kept back and forth, switching spots. It was looking good, then it was looking bad, then it was even. And then up with those final laps, the 04, he just faded in a crucial moment. But the battle between the 04 and the 4 car prevails. So I believe that's a 5 points over, so couldn't get the tie. Then the 04 would have gotten it, maybe, most likely. But anyways, that is it here at Delaware Speedway. Let's take you to Victory Lane. So there you have it. Ryan Butcher is your Season 7 Coca-Cola Canadian Super Series champion. With 2 wins, 3 top 5s, 5 top 10s. And yep, an average finish of 10.5. And of course, you know, with the overtimes, it messes up the startings and the poles. But everything else, the more important parts are there. So Parker Smith was so close. He was having a good run for the most part. Well, not a good run, but championship-wise, he was sort of. He was on the edge, but still could have won it. But those last 2 laps, yeah, really, that 04 car lost it. Something lost speed or grip, got too tight. The usuals. Colin Cropley earning the win, the last race of the season. He jumps up all the way up to 3rd place. His average finish is a 9.8. And yeah, he could have been the championship if the win didn't give for maybe no, it would have been the same. Maybe or it could have been if the win didn't give so much points, because Cropley has the best average finish, more top 5s and more top 10s at the top 2, and usually that results in a championship or close. But Cropley was 44 points back, but if he was slightly closer, it could have been it. Joe Hill, despite finishing 2nd, he loses a spot, dropping him to 4th. Casey Nanical also losing a spot, getting down to 5th. And Michael Brown, the highest scoring driver without a victory, which is great for Michael Brown. The 98, Brown usually has a lot of bad luck, sometimes sneaking in the win, but overall his finishes aren't that great. But this time, a top 10 points finish, so good job for the 98 team. Nikolai Dykes in the 59, the rookie, another rookie, 2nd highest finishing rookie there, getting 7th. Richie Hiroshi dropped 3 positions to 8th place. Aaron Bates getting 9th, and Ibrahim getting 10th. For the rest there, Dylan Cunningham 11th, David Davison, another winner. He won the first race of the the first race of the season, but mostly a non-factor for the championship. Josh King, running the 17 car once again, I think. I think he ran a 17 car last season. Didn't have that great of a run this time around. getting 13th with no wins. Noodles jumped up 7 positions there at the end, but ultimately still finished below 10th and with no victories. Monaco gained 1, Hodak gained 6, Chris Sang remained in 17th, Blazy Vitar lost 5. Chesson and Smart remained in their spots as well, no change. Calvin lost the most with 6, dropping him to 21st. Ozcan 22nd, Nathan Orman 23rd, up a spot, as well as Samson and Colin Bear finishing second last with the victory as well. That 20 team, they looked good at the start, I think. Or, well, I keep saying I think. They won at Autodrome Chaudière. But ultimately the 20 car, very inconsistent. But Stephen Oakes, wow, a season definitely to forget. Last in the points, 1 top 5 and 2 top 10s, at least he got up there. Chris Sang, the only driver, actually no he's not, him and Calvin. So 2 drivers failed to score in the top 5, or get a top 5 finish. But Stephen Oakes, a 19.9 average finish. He's 39 points behind 25th and 126 back from the leader, compared to Colin Bear was 87 points behind and 4 points back from the next position. So yeah, that can huge difference there for the 99. That's how bad it was. So for the rest, for the other statistics, as mentioned a gazillion times, when you do overtime, all these stats are incorrect, but doesn't really matter. No one really cares about this stuff anyways. And points breakdown as well. Provisionals, not supposed to be provisionals, because you gotta add it all manually. And yep. So for the wins, no surprise, Smith and Butcher, they tied for the most wins, both getting a pair each. Most top 5s go to Cropley and Hiroshi with 4, Ibrahim and Hodak and Dykes with 3, and the rest as well. I think it's alphabetical order after that. If they tie, I think so, maybe. Top 10s goes to Cropley easily once again with 7. Ibrahim and Hill, Smith and Hiroshi tied with 6. Polls are, as you know, and polls and laps are incorrect, but not too important as they don't warrant any points. Laps led though. Bear and Cropley tied for that. Both of them 45. Both races, Chaudière and Delaware, both had 45 laps. So they both tied there. Eric Monaco, Michael Brown, and Ryan Butcher. The rest, Monaco 37, Brown 33, and Ryan Butcher 24. Most miles, wow, they're all like 204. But probably incorrect. So, general statistics. Nikolai Dykes with the fastest average at Toronto Lakeshore Speedway, our biggest oval we go to, are basically a Dover clone. 157.89 miles an hour, or 895 miles an hour. Slowest average was at our smallest track, no surprise there, Autodrome Chaudière, 47.482 miles an hour. Colin Bear was the winner. Biggest margin was at New Hampshire, a 2.2 was the margin of victory. And the closest margin was at Toronto Lakeshore, a 9/10 of a second finish there. Fastest pole was at Delaware Speedway. Colin Cropley was the pole sitter, so the last race of the season. And Canadian Tire Motorsport Park was the slowest pole, and that was the second event, not the first. Most lead changes was at Canadian Tire, but that was the first event with 2. Interesting. But the most leaders was at Riverside with 2. Most yellows was at Autodrome Chaudière with 5. Most cars running was the Delaware Speedway, with all 26 drivers finishing the race. And the most DNS was 4 at Autodrome Chaudière. So, wow, that's a pretty low number, despite having more cars this season. So, that is it for Season 7. As you know, we're running back-to-back seasons, so we will see you for Season 8 almost right away. Basically almost a similar schedule. Everything's all the same. Drivers, cars, paint schemes. We're just gonna hop right into it. No sign-ups, so that'll be a first time we ever do that. So anyways, yep, we'll see you for Season 8, and congratulations to Ryan Butcher earning his 3rd ISCR championship.